Greetings. Just a little talk today. We, at least most of you who will be listening to this, have been having a conversation about the church and about the future of Christianity for a good while now. And we've been using the term rewilding for the last 10 years or so. And we have been well over that, attempting in different ways and coming at it usually, unfortunately, through the mental rational state only of bringing in equality for women. There's a couple things I want to say today. Number one, I've been struggling to not betray compassion as I witness very good intentions around bringing in this lost feminine principle, but through the modality of a reenactment of the rabbit room, where we envision ourselves, well, not me, because I wouldn't be allowed in, as Barfield, C.S. Lewis, and Tolkien, these brilliant minds who I dearly love, as having the capacity through that system, that kind of system or pattern of bringing this in, and it won't happen. People who adorn themselves, who carry the spirit of motherhood, whether they are a mother or not. I particularly happen to be a biological mother. Have the capacity to have this conversation, and so. Often what happens is these conversations happen and particular people who don't have the passport of a beard aren't allowed in the room. And so these kinds of ceremonies happen over here, and the people inside the room with their mental rational capacities, and they'll chuckle at these flighty ceremonies happening over here. But I think what has to happen is a merging of the two, and a revisioning of what that could look like. Because we have the capacity to have the conversation about rewilding. We have the capacity particularly to have the conversation and the spirit of bringing Sophia in. Also, there's a lot of conversation. I'm noticing that there's this split, this duality that's taking place between the AIs and the not AIs, and the techs and the not techs, and the wanting to approach the machinations of modernity with a sort of battle approach or a chuck it approach. And I want to say that that approach has two elements to it. One, on the one side, we're seeing this identification with kenosis and dying inside the church, within the monastic communities, of like identifying with this emptying, the self-emptying, but really not doing the due diligence of extricating the treasure from what actually does need to die and what needs to be held and brought through the eye of this epochal storm. As well, this idea of just chucking this, what has come about through this long drawn out story of colonization, in our time at least. There are so many treasures attached to this story that we cannot have a battle approach to it, and we cannot be dualistic about it. We have to work around extricating the treasure, and that's really, I see, a part of my job, and a part of just really trying to connect with some of these conversations, even if I don't have the passport to get into the rabbit room. So I release all resentment around that, and I will just patiently bide my time and also engage where I can. Thank you.